It's just a lovely place, but you have to experience it to really truly appreciate it.
It's a destination, so people come here just for what we offer on Grandview Avenue.
It's amazing how much there is to do here and what a great place it is to live.
This is Grandview Heights, Ohio, but I'm not sure if I've ever heard anyone use the Heights part of that. It's the home of one of my best friends, and she has long been requesting that I feature this place in a video. So here I am. Sitting just a short distance from downtown Columbus, this is one of the most comfortable towns or suburbs I have ever visited. Give me a few minutes and we'll see if you agree. On tree-lined streets, there are houses that all look different. Nothing like modern neighborhoods where every home seems just like the next.
I think there's such a sense of history here. So, when you walk around Grandview, it's really cool to see the old houses, all in very different styles.
Grandview was established as a village in 1906 and became a city in 1931. My friends Nicole and Josh have been residents for a while now.
And most of these houses are 100 years old, like ours is. There's something very cool about that and very Grandview about that.
This place has grown significantly in recent years, and nearly 9,000 people now call Grandview home.
Grandview is a little slice of utopia. It's this beautiful, walkable place.
It's just a really great sense of community that's very hard to find nowadays, and we feel so lucky to be a part of it.
Many find this to be the perfect situation, a small, charming town located adjacent to all that is available in the center of Columbus.
It is so nice to live in sort of a suburb where everything's walkable and nice and safe, but also be 5 minutes away from all the action downtown.
The commercial hub and the figurative heart of the town is this stretch of Grandview Avenue. Historically, this was known as the Bank Block, which was built up beginning in the 1920s. Much of the best of what this place offers is found here. The one establishment which seems to be a part of life for the majority of residents is Stoff's. This could be one of the best coffee shops that I have ever seen. It is certainly one of the most popular. Every time that I have visited, the counter has been busy and most of the tables have been full, both inside and outside. I enjoy grabbing my coffee, finding a spot at one of the tables here along the sidewalk, and watching all of Grandview Heights pass by. For the record, I got a single origin medium roast. This comes from Tanzania. Incredibly, that largest size drip coffee was mine for less than $3. The saying here is that the proof is in the cup. It's also true that the world is in the cup, with coffee sourced from all around the planet.
We have 3 different brokers primarily throughout the country. And 27 different varietals.
Stoff's is a micro roaster with all of the coffee beans getting this sort of treatment in-house. This activity is not only great for the atmosphere and presentation in the cafe, but it's also totally part of the business workflow.
80% is done at our warehouse, and then whatever light roasts or micro lots we do here.
Stoff's was founded in 1988. In 2023, it was voted as the 3rd best independent coffee shop in the country by readers of USA Today. If you can't tell, I am a huge fan. Just down the street is the Grandview Cafe. This has been a staple in the community for quite a long time. I stopped in for lunch one day. There is seating both inside and out, and I chose a table in the sun on a very pleasant afternoon. I went with the Hadley's Diner burger from the menu. It was very tasty. I'm actually getting a side of history with my burger here. All the signs in the establishment say that this place has been in existence since 1925. That means starting in a few months, there will be quite the 100-year celebration. A couple of years ago, the cafe was named one of the top 10 most beautiful restaurants in the Columbus area. I certainly won't quarrel with that. From the top deck on the outside, there are fantastic views up and down Grandview Avenue. A high percentage of the establishments in the center of town are devoted to food and drink. I popped inside Pure Imagination Chocolatier late one afternoon. The making of the chocolates was done for the day, and much of what they were selling had already been gobbled up by customers. Still, I was able to get a good sense of the variety of sweet treats offered here. It all looked wonderful. Next, there was a stop inside Lion Cub's Cookies. Believe me when I say that this shop smelled amazing. Cookies were in the oven, cooling on racks, and being prepared for sale. There was a ton of activity, and that is not unusual.
We never have cookies longer than a few hours, so we're just always constantly baking.
2 different sizes of cookies are baked, and there is an assortment of incredible flavors. You can never go wrong by choosing chocolate chip. Just look at that. The staff here turns out a lot of product every day.
Yeah, easily 1,000 to 3,000 plus. Yeah,
That's a lot of cookies.
that's a lot of cookies. Yeah.
This venture began in 2019 on a folding table at a local market. Even with the pandemic, growth has been rapid. How's this for a delectable trilogy, from chocolate to cookies and finally ice cream? This is Jenny's Splendid ice cream. I can't remember ever having scoops as good as I found here. The flavors are creative and enticing. It was difficult to decide on what to get. I'm pretty sure that I would not have been disappointed by any of them.
They serve half scoops here so you can try more flavors. I took full advantage of that, getting the brambleberry crisp and then the gooey butter cake. This gooey butter cake, absolutely amazing.
Founded here in Central Ohio, Jenny's has been in business for over 20 years. The Grandview location is one of 8 in the Columbus metro, with many more shops scattered across the country. The Grandview Theater and Draft House is a special location. There are 2 screens showing the latest movies a couple of times each day. Even outside of showtimes, however, people are enjoying the establishment. Dozens of beers are on tap, with pizza and other food on the menu too. This first operated as a theater in 1926. It's not all food and drinks on Grandview Avenue. This is Ivy Court Plants and Home. I was drawn into this shop by its incredibly attractive aesthetic. It is a place that allows you to buy into a lifestyle, which includes plants, apparel, and all sorts of home goods. This appears to me to be carefully curated, with a lot of thought given to every item that is on display. I wasn't even able to see Grandview Avenue at its most vibrant. The Grandview Heights Hop is held on the last Saturday of the month, from June through September. The avenue is shut down for several blocks with over 250 vendors and artists.
It's very festive. There's food, there's drinks, there's all sorts of things.
I want to thank Nicole's 9-year-old son Connor for capturing some of the excitement of the event. When getting outside in the town, Wyman Woods Park is a nice little option. It's about a half-mile south of the shops that I've shown you. I was attracted to the walking trail, and it appears that others like that as well. The park also includes playground equipment, athletic fields, a shelter house, and open space. Situated along the trail is a story walk. Those are boards aimed at kids that allow them to read a tale as they walk along the path. They are engaged by words and illustrations, and at the same time, they are able to get outside for a little physical activity. There is a cool and colorful spot across the street from the park. This is Wallace Gardens. Residents of Grandview can secure a plot for the growing season and plant whatever they want. When I walked through, there were lots of vegetables and flowers flourishing under the August sun. 99 individual plots of 3 different sizes are open each season. There is almost always a waiting list for those wanting to get their hands in the dirt. This has been a feature in Grandview since 1945. One of my favorite places in town was the Ohio Craft Museum. There are some pieces that are part of the permanent collection, but the highlights come through 4 major exhibitions each year. When I visited, the exhibit was titled Grounded in the Natural World. It included pieces created by 2 environmental artists. The artists, both of whom call Columbus home, say that this exhibit lies at the intersection of art and science. In my opinion, this work is exceptional. This exhibition runs through September 28th. There is no admission fee for the museum. I had heard good things about the Grandview Heights Public Library. It serves as a gathering spot for the community and even hosts musical events on the lawn on occasion. The library is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. Unfortunately, I was not allowed to capture any clips inside of the building. One of the town's newest developments is Grandview Yard. Until 20 years ago, this was a warehouse district. Now it is being transformed into a mixed-use urban center. The appearance of the buildings and the green space is modern and inviting. Ultimately, there will be more than 1 million square feet of commercial space here, along with well over 1,000 housing units. The complex covers around 125 acres. Among the places nearby is Hof Brauhaus Columbus. This is a site for German food and German beer. All the beer is produced on site under Germany's famed purity law. I enjoyed the beer garden one afternoon.
This is in the vicinity of Grandview Yard. It's a very pleasant place to find a seat, have a traditional German beer.
My choice here was the Summerweizen seasonal beer. There were a couple of other places to grab a beer in Grandview. Barrel and Taps was a very comfortable spot. Nicole, Josh, and I arrived shortly after it opened one afternoon. There are 16 rotating taps, and the drafts are $5 all day long. I found an albino stout from Butcher and the Brewer in Cleveland. In addition to beer, this place has an extensive selection of bourbon with numerous cocktails as well. The Ohio Tap Room is also a pretty sweet little beer bar. The inside is cozy, and there is a deck on the outside. That's where I positioned myself to enjoy the draft that I chose.
This place has 20 taps, and they're all populated by breweries from Ohio. The one that I'm having comes from Nocterra in Columbus. This is an In the Weeds IPA.
I really appreciate a tap room that has beer from a wide range of local or regional brewers. Another stop for those looking for something to drink in Grandview is High Bank Distillery. Among the spirits offered here are single barrel whiskeys and blends. Food, beer, and other drinks are on the menu here in an attractive setting. The spacious building was quite busy early on a Friday afternoon. A local mainstay is KMA Nut Company. Everything from hand-roasted nuts to nut butter can be found here. The retail space is packed with many options. KMA must be doing something right. It has been operating since 1898. Quite often there is a line of people waiting to eat at the DK Diner. Just a short walk from the center of town, the diner is open for breakfast, lunch, and on some days dinner. The DK stands for Donut Kitchen, as this restaurant started out selling only donuts. It's still a big part of the business. The diner opened in 1978. For a small town, Grandview packs in a lot. Those who live here love the atmosphere and the way that they feel secure. That's especially true for parents who say for them and their children, this is a paradise.
We are so lucky to be giving our kids a childhood that is almost impossible to find nowadays.
It's not unreasonable to think of Grandview as one of the best suburbs in Ohio, if not the entire Midwest.
I am happy to show you what Grandview is all about. My friend lives just a couple of blocks from Grandview Avenue, so taking advantage of all that is here is incredibly easy. If you are ever in the vicinity of Columbus, drop by and check it out for yourself. You won't be disappointed. Next time on Old, Alone, and Far From Home, possibly the best town in Appalachia. Join me then.